Honestly, at this point, I might have heard Graduation more than I've heard my parents argue. This has been on repeat for me almost every month. It's still my favorite Kanye West album, so that's why today I thought I should review it, make a video on it. So this is what that is. So I'm going to go through 7 categories: the best, the worst, the most underrated, the most overrated song, and the best and worst feature, and then my overall album rating at the end. So yeah, let's get into this. Unsurprisingly, what I consider to be the worst song on this album is Drunk and Hot Girls. I feel like this song is a bit overhated. I just don't really like Kanye's or Mos Def's, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Mos Def's performances. They don't really stand out to me that much. But it's not like an unbearable song, it's still listenable, but it's just definitely the worst on this album. And I'm sorry to any fans of it who support it and who die on the hill that it is a good song and people are overhating it. Yeah, I can see why people would like it, I just don't enjoy it myself. Moving on, what I think the most overrated song is, let's just get all the, what people consider to be all the hot takes out of the way. I'm so sorry, I have Stronger as my, I think Stronger is the most overrated song. Yeah. I know people love the song, and I understand why. I love how he sampled Daft Punk. Oh, fuck's sake, my British. I'm too British. Sorry, Daft Punk, and yeah, no, I really like that sample. It kind of gets a bit annoying after a few re-listens. That's why I tend to not go back to it like too much. It does get a bit annoying. However, I think he has a really strong performance on there. I just don't think it deserved like a billion streams, as it got. And I think he does have better performances on Graduation. It kind of seems like the wrong song to get popular for me, just me personally. Like all the songs on Graduation, it's surprising why this one got the most streams, but yeah, no, it's not a bad song in any way. My only problem with it is that it's just a bit annoying sometimes. But that's my only criticism. I just think it's overrated. Whereas the complete opposite, what I think the most underrated song is. Now I could put a lot of songs for this category here. Um, since I feel like a lot of songs, and this also happened on a lot of popular albums, where the other songs just get overshadowed by the more popular songs, and they basically get buried by all the fame that these more popular songs bring. So there are a lot of choices for it, and I'm going with a choice that I actually like, that a song that I actually like. This was a bit of a tie for me, but what I'm going to see is, I think The Glory is probably the most underrated song here. I do not see anyone talk about this anywhere. I really like the sample here, and how he makes the entire song focused on his delivery and his rap performance, and you don't really get bored listening to it. It's a very catchy song. Maybe not the most memorable performance in the entirety of the album, but it's still very, very solid. And I enjoy listening to it. I just don't think it gets enough love, and barely has any streams. I haven't actually checked what has the least streams on the album, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of the least popular. Moving on. What I think the worst feature is Lil Wayne. I just don't think his performance is strong enough. I just think he has a bit of a weak performance, and it's a bit forgettable. I just don't really see him standing out on this particular track. I don't really like when you have a feature on a song, but if it's still like the features part still feels like it should belong to the other main artist, and it feels like they're just borrowing the beat all the time from the artist, and just I feel like that's what's happening here. I'd rather that he made his part his own and stood out. That's my criticism on his feature. Again, it's not a bad feature. He doesn't have an entirely solid performance, but it's still it's still good. I just don't think it's, well, I think it's the worst on this album. Whereas the best feature, that this wasn't really a debate. It's Chris Martin from Coldplay who was featured on Homecoming. I mean, Homecoming is a really good song. It's definitely one of my favorites in the album. It's a very feel good song, and always brings me a lot of joy whenever I hear it. And again, what I mean is Coldplay. He's the lead singer in Coldplay. He's going to have a good performance, and he does deliver. I think he has a very stand up performance and makes it memorable. He brings so much to the song and makes it even better. Like without him, the song would be fine. It would still be a good song. I just don't think it'll be one of the best. But he brings so much to it. He makes, like I mentioned earlier, he makes it his own. He has a separate section of the chorus or the hook where he's showcasing his talent, separate from Kanye. And yeah, he brings a lot to the song and he makes his parts his own. But what I consider to be the best song on this album is "Can't Tell Me Nothing." That there are so many choices for the best song, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. That there are so many factors of the song that I like. The beat, the whole backing vocals, how ridiculously catchy they are. It's been one of my most played songs on that album, or on Graduation, ever since. Probably one of my most played Kanye songs. Yeah, I think it's one of his best songs in general. He has a very, very good performance on this, and in a lot of aspects the song stands out from all the others. And it's also just another feel good song. It makes you feel empowered. It makes you feel it makes you feel like you're worthy. It makes you feel like you're royalty or some shit. But so yeah, that's also why I enjoy listening to this. And there are a lot of aspects of the song that I like, and it sounds a lot different from at least half the track list. I don't have much to say about the song. I'm putting it at the best as the best. But my overall album rating, I hate to be a glazer, but I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10 because, like, I know some people would criticize that rating and say, oh, it's an 8.5, it's an 8, it's a 9. I can understand why. Some arguments can be made that in order for an album to be a 10 out of 10, it has to have a perfect track list. One of the most important factors is it has to have a perfect track list where every song is perfect. I disagree because I think majority of this album is incredibly solid. I'm gonna hate on Drunken Hot Girls here. I think that does. I think that does bring down the album a bit, but I don't think it docks any points off the final rating. I don't see any reason to not give this a 10 out of 10. This was the prime of the rap world in the 2000s, and Kanye definitely stood out in this time period with projects like these. And yeah, this also has a special place in my heart because I've overplayed this way too much. But I'm gonna be a bit biased. 10 out of 10. Yeah. So those are my thoughts on Graduation. Let me know what you thought of this album in the comments. I know it's been like 18 years since this was released, but best late than never. Yeah. Tell me what videos I should make and what interests you, like album reviews like this, or artist reviews, or album rankings. But anything, I'm open to criticism. I do read your comments even if I don't respond. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Join my Discord server. No one has joined in the time that I've been advertising it, so I've left that in the description and probably in the comments. Go and join that, please. Consider subscribing because I have exams now, so it's hard to make these videos now to like record and edit because I have revision, like homework and all that shit. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.